ati ulikuwa sema United amepigwa hadi ameokoka.
Wow. Kashitani kame
baptiziwa.
My demons meant Greenwood na Anthony.
Oh my god.
It's a hard time.
It's not
time.
Looking good, it's not looking good.
Trying.
Anyway, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Extra Digest Podcast. My name is Nyash. This is the best football podcast in the 254. And today I'm joined by two guys who are making their debuts. Oh, okay. Not actually. Just one of them is making his debut. Making his second appearance, man like Kris, weighing in 185 pounds.
The world intercontinental
biggest head
champion.
in the world.
Hey, what's up, guys? My name is Kris. Pleasure to be on the show again.
Yeah.
Tuongelesha watu wa Manchester.
Kabisa. As you can see, he's donning the dope kit ya Liverpool. Yeah, I love that kit, to be honest.
Yeah, ikona funny new concept. Nakaka, guys, all about the crypto and the funny.
Inakaka hiyo sombili yetu mpya. Inakaka hiyo currency yetu. Kuna makala kaa zote.
Yeah.
Bayo tu picha ya Kenyatta.
Yeah, and on my left is a man who's making his debut on Extra Digest Podcast, weighing in at 205 pounds. Give it up for John Ribia.
What's up, guys? Pleasure to be here, Nyash.
Yes.
Can't wait. But before we begin, though, we had a discussion with Kris.
About what?
The name Nyash has since changed its meaning. We'll just call you Kenyanjui for this podcast.
No.
Because from the last video when we posted to our guys were asking, why are you telling Nyash not to call you? And it was a very hard conversation to tell
explain.
People. Yeah, so Nyash is a short form for Kenyanjui.
Yeah.
So allow us, please. Kenyash. Let's just add Kenyash in front of it.
Is it, by the ilikuwa
Kenyash?
Kenyash.
Kenyash is what? Kenyash is like, like a small Nyash. So
Exactly. So just stick with the normal.
Yeah.
Let's just stick with Nyash.
Unajitetea, bibi amekasirika.
No.
See Nyash calling.
No, mom.
Is it my code? Ini code umeweka hapa. Wewe ni nani? Udis. Yeah.
My friend.
Yeah, ngori.
Nyash football. Ai, football ndo.
Watu si wajinga bwana. Unajaribu kutuficha. No, we are not dumb. We're not dumb. So yeah, man. We'll just stick to the name though.
Yeah, we'll try our best.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
All right, as you know, John, we've featured him on the fan cams. He's a Man United fan. Leo amepiga suti. Monday night football kind of thing. And he'll be telling us more about Manchester United. And alisema Anthony alitoka migingo.
Hey, yo, no.
He's still sticking to those statements.
Mse anafight the charges, anafight ability ya kucross na right foot. Akona mashida mingi sasa. Mashida mingi mse. Ametoka timu ya Brazil, ametoka
akona leave of absence sasa.
Leave of absence, man.
It's not looking good.
It's not looking good for him. You can't comment because, of course, we don't support violence against women.
Absolutely.
So,
yeah.
Acha wafanye investigations zao.
Yeah.
But, man, we dodged the bullet. That guy on the right wing he's good defensively, but akishika ball nika counter-attack inakoma.
What do you mean you dodged the bullet?
Look, how he moves offensively, manzi akishaanza kutingika.
He's saying
nika yuko na kinokeza 310 kwa mfuko akicheza ball anaanza tu kuvibrate hapo hivyo na hiyo mguu yake left.
Yeah.
So like I feel like offensively he slows us down. It's so annoying when you see him move on the right wing and there's a pass he can make. All he has to just use his right foot. He insists he would rather turn and pass with his left foot than just make a simple pass with his right. Like he's such a big liability because all defenses know how to play him. It's because, of course, Arsenal aliwafunga debut.
Yeah.
But
a while back.
A while back, yeah. A while back. But I think right now it may be also a good time for him. Maybe ajifunze kupiga ball na right foot kabla arudi. If atarudi,
he might need that and then some.
Kabla arudi Grenada, ina depend.
I'm saying it's a conspiracy. Ten Hag ame set up, paid some people who in Brazil to just start
shit, come on, man.
The way he played us seriously. I'll say what I'm saying. Conspiracy because you see as the
director of football
he punched one of the ladies up until her implant came out. Sounds like a stage story. Ni money propaganda just to remove him from the starting lineup.
No, but Ten Hag is a big fan of Anthony.
He starts him every game for some reason.
He's a big fan.
He's
sabotage.
Ten Hag is crazy, man. He even wants to bring also name this guy he wants to bring from Netherlands to come El Ghazi.
Or Anwar.
Makwambia umse anaweza ka sign Van de Beek, anaweza ka sign mseka umse strike Real Madrid wa kitambo alikuwa makindo from Netherlands alikuwa nani? Chana Van Nistelrooy. Van Nistelrooy alikuwa legend. And this other guy, Van de Vaart or something like that.
Yeah,
Van der Vaart.
Ten Hag can sign Van de Vaart for Messi just because he played in the Netherlands. I don't like his transfers.
Umse kwa fan comes alisema fuck nani anaenda na hizo tactics zake anaweza
No,
kwenda na tena.
he plays the same formation. Even in Ajax, that was his biggest criticism. He plays the same way every single time. He's not dynamic in how he makes his team.
But like,
But look, no, we've done well under him, but you have to admit how we are playing. For example, we are putting too much pressure on a guy like Bruno Fernandes. Remember what happened last season when Bruno got suspended in the Champions League quarterfinals? We went from winning to losing immediately. We lost our identity kabisa. Bruno is holding that team like this.
Wait, last season mlikuwa Champions League?
So sorry, Europa League. Europa League. Europa League. Ile kitu tulifanywa after, but all I'm saying
Bruno was
is
suspended.
also like how he insists on playing Anthony, how he's very static. I know McTominay
he
is
has to
not
play
your
Rashford
guy,
and
but
Allen.
my God, we have to find a way to survive without Casemiro, bro. Like you have to be also. You have to know when to play defensive. Like, for example, versus Arsenal, yeah? Yes, you're playing to play counter-attack, but you're at the Emirates, like 85th minute, it's 1-1. Take the draw and leave, bruh.
Yeah.
Take it, go.
But he was trying to take the draw. He brought on 2 defenders.
He changed two defenders for 2 defenders. Like, one was injured, the other one was ill. So... he was swapping, but angeka kama watatu hapo hivyo angetoa, like he could have had he would have done more defensive work in that game.
Yeah, but John, you remember the fans celebrating when Maguire came on? Guys are like, the legendary, the guys were celebrating.
Bro, umecheki for England walifungwa juu Harry alikuwa na mark his own center back.
Oh yeah.
Say,
oh my God. Yeah.
Okay,
true.
but to be honest, I know this sounds crazy. It's a hot take, but I think if you give Harry Maguire a system where he doesn't play in a high line, like now that we have Amrabat, if he's fit to play with Casemiro and we have a low block, I think he plays really well in a low block. He can, and he's also very good on his feet. He can pass. Problem comes in when you force him to play in a high line where like the defenders are called, the midfielders are Kumbali, or you force him to take the ball next to the keeper and he has to make a creative play. That's the problem. But if you give him like some time and space on the ball, he has really nice long passes. He can really change the ball in the wings. He has a good heading presence. Defensively, his headers are good.
Yeah, I mean, have you seen the head?
If you have not in a kakaya home, say
This is quite much
Maguire part 2.
As a part of the head boy club, there's Maguire. So he cut the whole
He's a
bus,
captain.
man. The whole bus.
Captain.
I'm saying he's towering over everyone, but
As far as headers go, yeah.
go on.
And I feel like it's a bit unfortunate though, because most of the teams nowadays don't watch as a high line
Yeah,
defensively.
that's
So
what I'm saying. Like it's all about
for him to find a system where they are not.
And what
Like,
about the other guy, Dr. Jones?
Hey, bro.
Jones.
Jones.
Let's look at it
wait,
this way.
I'm going to release.
I will release Phil Jones, but now he's back as a coach for the under-18. Niliona hiyo news jana alikuwa nimejamu kwa sababu
Lazima akae
ukiona
manuated
hiyo
by all
news kwa
means.
Twitter ilikuwa like Man United side Phil Jones like again. What possible? As an under-18 like as a coach. Who?
For he's back as a coach.
He's back as a
He
coach.
can never leave.
You
Let's talk
know,
about
he's
United.
been there through and through, but I don't know. Maybe he's a better coach. You never know. I may spend a lot of time in the bench.
Oh yeah, he has.
If anything, he must have been an assistant even then. I'm saying, surely
Yeah.
Even other languages. Sorry, guys.
Yeah. I mean, whatever is happening at Man United, to be honest, season natufurahisha.
It's magical.
Yeah, it's
It's
magical.
a magical time for football fans all over the world.
We live for times like this. Chris was at the watch party between Arsenal and Man United, and you were supporting Arsenal.
Yeah. That day we came wearing.
He came with an Arsenal
jerseys
jersey. I'm saying, Hana
to represent. No, because they're all friends against Manchester.
Absolutely.
When Manchester wins, we all lose.
Yeah.
So every time Man U is playing, someone will come through
Yeah.
and support the team that's playing against them.
Against Manchester.
And this time it was quite a joy to watch.
Mm.
Your game ni because I have many phrases for John.
Yeah.
Mpandangazi ushuka, mwenda tezi na omo, marejeo ni gambani. Mbio za sakafuni. These guys are celebrating. That was an amazing goal. You know,
Garnacho goal?
Garnacho, you know, it was like FIFA.
Yeah.
Hodgland, back pass.
Yeah.
I think it went to Bruno. Bruno, telegraph pass, just hits it.
Yeah.
Garnacho is outpacing. Everyone scores it bottom corner. Man U fans are going crazy.
Yeah.
And then there are the celebrations, everything all around.
Yeah.
And they check the VR. VR, it's like it adds an extra spice to every game.
Yeah, it does.
Like entertainment. You never know what's gonna happen. Someone scores, next thing VR, and then they draw their funny line.
Your day is coming. Your day, I know it's a good time for Liverpool fans. Mwatu kubita na Arsenal, mkashinda 7-0. It's okay. It's okay.
You're living the life, bro.
Dunia ni duara. Let me add my saying dunia ni duara. Once Anthony beats the charges and Amrabat is fit and Sancho is back in the squad, and Ten Hag lands team selection and Glazers sell the club. Once all of these things happen, we'll be back.
We'll be back.
We'll be back.
So you're basically talking about next season now.
Hey, next season but 3, I'm saying. Glazers wamesema wanauza 10 billion, I'm saying.
Upgrade Old Trafford because Ronaldo said it's run down. Many things have happened.
A lot of work to be done there, man. What do you think about
they have to hire a new chef? You guys could have more. A new chef.
The food quality.
Chef got hired. At least I took on a chef. At least
baby steps.
Chef amekuwa fired.
Hired.
Chef.
Even the food regiment was tatters.
Ronaldo alipotoa Githeri ya Kiambu haya akasema, what is this, bro?
Everything there is going south.
What is this?
Githeri ya Kiambu haya.
Man City actually
alipotoa Githeri yako na kata player hapo, lakini nini msee?
Ndani hakuna share.
Hakuna ndani.
Okay, cross over the other side. Man City have I was saying on their channel, machine ya kuwarm a boot na kufanya booty kwe like use kidogo. They get a new boot for KDB waneka hiyo kiatu. I think just makes it like kind of views. So when KDB wears a boot and goes on, it's like
ni kusonga sasa.
God damn.
That's the technology you're dealing with too.
Mnafaa mweke nani aitwaje? Mnafaa weke one of your defenders kitu kaya man, muone hata perform better.
Currently hatuwezi equipment kama hiyo.
Ama weke nani?
Our wingers might take that shit home. Take a boxing glove hapo hivyo ndani sikwe huo mataki.
Ama weke Martial, maybe you might find his scoring boots.
Bro. By the way, kija yako wewe kutombiko 5th floor. Mwanzo Martial angepanda hizo stairs angeko injured sai. Angawe blow out a hamstring, bro.
6 weeks.
6 weeks mtu wangu.
But the question is, how old is Martial? He's like 26.
Yeah, he's 26. Yeah. It's just one of those unfortunate cases of players being injury prone before they reach their full potential. So it's one of those guys. It's gonna remain a what if,
Inaweza kuwa pia ni pressure. There was so much pressure on him. If you look at the clauses in his contract, man, you had a Ballon d'Or clause in him. In his contract. Who does that? Yoni pressure gani mapia mse?
At least if it's one thing if you can say it's pressure, but he didn't perform after many years. Because the season he's played full. Like for example, when is it 2019 when he Rashford and Lukaku, they I think all had about 18-17 goals. He played really well. On his day he's really good, but the problem is a striker need confidence na momentum. So when your striker is on form, for example, when Vardy was scoring 11 in a row, when Ruud was going at it, when Haaland is on form, it's almost like it's momentum. Keep it moving. But when you have to stop, then start, then your confidence goes, and then you have injuries like hamstring tears. Hamstrings in a Manchester, you can't explode the way you want because you're moving gingerly. Mental impact. So I'm guessing that's what's holding him down. Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's been there for so long, man.
And Mane is having a lot of that fitness stuff because that's what Ten Hag said about Sancho. He said they've been training and some people are not up to the right levels, and then Sancho got annoyed. That's what he said.
I actually, for the injuries, I don't think it's just Manu. I think it's the whole all. I think the football calendar wasn't the last 2 years, ever since the pandemic happened, and then we had to come back and resume the league, and they had the back-to-back games, then they had the Euros, then they came back the season again, then they had the World Cup. So we were talking about 3 or 2 straight years where these guys have had a break. Manu also had the most games in Europe last season. We had to play in Carabao. We were to the final. FA, we made a contest to the final. Of course, Premier, we played all the games. Europa League, of course, we played an extra 2-legged game because we didn't qualify. So if you put all of these things, a guy like, for example, Luke Shaw, he's just wear and tear. He wasn't supposed to play that much coming back from injury. He messed it up. So we're in trouble right now, considering how many guys are laid off in injury and how many guys have charges to beat. And Sancho, who mwenye ameamua atacha hiyo kitu yake pinned on his profile today, is still pinned. So
if it's pinned on his profile on you guys play on Sato?
No, it doesn't matter because he was supposed to meet Ten Hag today.
No, yesterday.
yesterday, and he's still pinned.
Yeah.
So chances are he never plays because Ten Hag is a strict. Kama alifukuza Ronaldo.
Hawezi accept nini za msema nyame bado
one player.
And you have to understand, even the Glazers would support it because Sancho has those big salary clauses. I think he takes some, like, he's one of the highest earners in the team.
He's 50 plus.
Yeah, that Pogba, the hair paying scale, that Ronaldo paying scale. So even though he has talent, like if you're the owners and you have an opportunity to get rid of him, they'll offload him.
Yeah.
Even undervalued just because of how much he takes out.
But like a question, was Sancho bought during the Ten Hag era?
No, he wasn't bought. He was Ole Gunnar's target. We chased him for like 2 years.
Yeah, chasing for 2 years.
Yes, he's still doing us favors to date.
But he was always signing. Yes, that I do recall. They chased him for 2 years. They bought him for £75 million when no one else was interested.
Yep.
The thing about OGS, I think if he didn't buy Ronaldo, I think we'd have had a good season. Yeah. Ule msa alikuwa ataka tu pressing na counter attack. So
and it wasn't working.
And Ronaldo wasn't doing either.
Yeah. All right, so we shall wait to see if Sancho shall go. I mean, Sancho akisikia kamenuka anaweza kama Arsenal. I think Arteta might give him more game time.
With his discipline record, because even at Dortmund and Man City,
I understand there was such.
Yeah. Okay, but I don't know. Maybe we might be actually ruining his image.
Are we gonna such issues?
Yeah.
Oh, but Zanini discipline coming late. Yes,
but the thing is also it's also man management. Like for example, look at stories Man used during Fergie's time. Tevez was renowned being the worst person to train. He was the laziest in training. He would not train at all. But come game time, ule mseni a bull anachafua on your behalf.
Yeah.
So you need to learn how to manage. Because we need Sancho.
You know that thing, John. It's preserved for South American players because they're not like right upstairs, most of them. Ukiangalia wakina Tevez, it's always South American players are local. They do whatever. They don't know even English.
Yeah,
they're still training.
Streets, yeah.
So as in even Aguero used to, because at the time he broke his leg when he was doing
Amsterdam. Me hold back so many Anthony jokes.
But South American players generally, allowed. Sancho is an English players are supposed to be English players.
Yeah,
correct.
I know.
They speak correctly to the media. They represent English team. They're not supposed to be doing stuff like Sancho and Greenwood.
Okay, me personally, I feel like if he's given the opportunity to just be himself in the squad, because sometimes I know. Sometimes it's just the thrill of training haiko. Si compare na game. The game day kuna adrenaline, kuna crowd, kuna consequence, kuna yo big lights. Some guys just perform better in that environment. I feel like Sancho, if you give him that space, he could be himself. Of course, you'll be giving him a little bit of stake here and there, but make it a game. Like, because every time he plays, even this season, when we were playing badly, it was Sancho and Eriksen who would come off the bench and change the game. Completely, bro. Like, look at preseason the games that we won. Who was playing striker?
Sancho.
Even
scored against us.
How he controls the ball, how he just takes the pressure off Bruno to keep creating, how he can get the ball on the wing and just take his time, the options he take. Bao versus Liverpool, alikitisha Van Dijk kwanza akamwambia relax mtu wangu, alafu akafunga. Give that to Welbeck and apiga.
But swali ni, do you think Sancho has shown in the last, I mean, how many seasons? Is it 2 or 3?
Yeah.
3 seasons. Do you think he has shown like he's worth how much you guys paid for him?
So the thing
he's
is,
worth of starting like every other match. Like, I've proved my time over time. I've proved why I just have to be in this club and why I need to be in that starting 11. I
firmly believe the only reason he hasn't done that is he's not been given the opportunity to play.
Because there must be something the coaches are saying.
So, like, if you're buying somebody for 75 million who has training issues, when it comes to Man United and he doesn't train well, you can't act angry now. You brought him knowing his problems. That's like when you go to marital counseling, you're told, this person in the their strengths and their weaknesses. If you see the weaknesses once you're married, you can't come and complain, kuna weaknesses. You already knew about them.
Yeah.
So when you're buying them, when you're doing your research in the transfer market, sometimes he doesn't train well. Sometimes he's stuck, he doesn't come late. Sometimes... But no, he doesn't smoke or drink. You know how he moves on Apananga stories. They know how he moves. They know about him. They have the full profile. You can't change him. Berbatov, for example, chain smoker. chain smoke ule msali alikuwa anavuta fegi like crazy.
Yeah.
United still bought him. Alikuwa anaficha mafegi hivi, but you think Fergie would come and go crazy on him? Because that's how he plays. That's how he plays. Like he's lackadaisical on the pitch, just like asking a guy like Babatov to press, bro.
But he's converting. He's scoring.
No, but the thing is, Sancho is also doing the same thing when he plays.
Is he scoring though?
Yes. He either scores or assists.
How many goals has he scored in the Premier League?
Like he's doing very well. Like I'm gonna let the big games how he performs for us. That guy performs. Even in those
output akonayo.
Ako fit. And also you can't judge him a lot under Ole's system. Because remember Ole's system, Sancho alikuwa ametoka from system in a City Academy, passing. Dortmund amend into a good stable midfield and a good attack system. And remember his numbers in Dortmund, the one night they were a bit inflated. It's easy to assist Haaland. Unampatia tu ball atafunga. But I think he's been performing well. Even for England, he was performing well.
For England, maybe he has tried. Honestly, for me, I don't feel like he has proved enough to show like this guy needs to be starting for Man United consistently over the years. Could be down to game time, but also it also could be down to the fact that alinunua na Ole.
Yeah.
When yako saisi Ole.
Bro, if you had to pick Anthony or Sancho.
And Ten Hag is a stickler for, like you said.
If you had to pick one.
Personally, for me, I would go for Sancho. Because Anthony also over time he has proved like
again his dribbles na kufanya maringa around the
look, it's lovely to watch.
That's all he does, I'm saying.
From a rival's point of view.
Though lakini again Sancho, I'm of the opinion over the last 2-3 seasons he was much better in Dortmund. Dortmund he was like playing games, getting assists, getting goals.
Output
he was a superstar even in Champions League.
Yeah.
But in Man U, either it's because of lack of game time. Okay, I haven't seen him play enough. Few games Mana he's not been bad. Same as Rashford. Even Rashford is usually okay. Like when he gets a chance, gonna dribble.
Hey, bro, says he okay. Ni superstar.
Muli reverse your penny, mlifanyiwa na nani.
Yeah.
But then so it's like that. So if he's on 350 and you bought him for 80, why not play him? It's a good philosophy. Even Arsenal are playing Havertz, even though it's playing badly because they bought him on a large transfer fee. Even as Nunes, it's not that he's amazing. He's become amazing the last two games. The last two games, but the last season.
His second season in Benfica and every other club has been prolific after struggling. Actually, I even got him in my FPL.
But last season, what happened last season?
Last season,
how many open goals? You know how many open goals he missed last season?
Yeah, quite a couple.
No, but he's like this is gonna sound
initially what they
this
say.
Is gonna sound crazy, but
like
I think with time this comparison will work. It's like a Drogba.
Wait, Drogba.
Hey.
You get Drogba used to kinder before he scores. Used to kinder like 4 or 5 before he converts.
He used to dive.
The only guys used to kill. The only guy used to kill like that was Arsenal. Arsenal
was just chilling.
Arsenal walikuwa na Drogba ama Jusung Park kuna count bao mbili. Yule walikuwa na hit list. Always walikuwa lazima.
But Drogba was always Drogba was good. Nunes in Benfica he was good. Bro, for Liverpool, you know what they said initially? They're like, hey, he gets in the right places. He's always in the right place. So eventually, he'll know how to score. Hey, wapi.
Look at this.
He never came.
Look at, for example, that Newcastle game. That guy had like 10 minutes. He's converted and got you the win. This guy, look, if you want to go look at the stats, look at the XG, the expected goals and the expected assists with Nunes and Salah when they're together on the pitch. That thing is crazy. They're number 1 in the league. Go look at pre-season. So he was converting. I think this
might be
his season. This like if look at even the coach in the last game he started was the coach Leonenyewe in as much as this guy
hit the bar twice. Do you remember?
Yeah.
He game alipata assist because he hit the bar, the defender, and then that one.
Yeah, but he's still making the runs because the thing is what that gives you is even if you're Salah, Nunes takes everybody with him. Your Salah, you have your one-on-one, you can operate. If he's not there, your Salah, you are facing with the winger who's back, the wing back who's there, the center back who's helping also. But with a guy like Nunes, the strikers can, like, because of his presence and his aerial ability, he can get on, he can be a poacher, he's pacey. So the center backs, they are just glued to him. They are just, there's Haaland out with Man City. Their wingers have so much space to just turn and pass. So with a guy like him, but with a guy like Gakpo, I feel like Gakpo is like a Havertz. What's his true position? Is he a forward? Is he a midfielder? We don't know.
What is he?
He's a number 9.
Is he though?
According to FIFA.
Is he though? He's not a number 9.
You know when they play FIFA, when they put him in CM,
I think
in the exclamation mark, he's unhappy at playing in that position. And they put him uko mbele. Even Mbele he plays. Even center forward.
I think he's like
but
left.
he plays right and left wing also. But he's ukiangalia how he plays for Netherlands. He has number 8, but he plays number 9. He plays
So
behind
you
the
see,
striker like a second striker.
Sasa nyamjua ka ajuro lakini msekani unaweza najua ukimweka hivyo ndani waambie build up player kwambia kwenda na huko mimi mkuja hapo for one reason and if you watch his Uruguay games actually his passing has improved. In Uruguay he had a really dope assist. His low
Kwa
goals, his
international
crosses. Angalia the most goals like Salah scored pre-season zile assist na nani?
Nunes.
You see, me I don't have a problem with his movements in the attacking play. His how he runs, he's always running.
Yeah.
Only Kirusha, that guy is running. So defenders, when you're on the half lane, if you hang, he's gonna run behind and then he's gonna be onside. Then he might probably miss or score. My issue is with the scoring.
I'll ask you one
final output.
Kuna games we played last season. You probably don't remember because you never watched the Liverpool games. But we played Real.
last season mlikuwa number
We
14
played Real.
mlikuwa relegation bana.
Remember Real what the first game went like? Nunes scored 4th minute. And then Salah scored. As guys were 2-0 up. Alafu game ikesha 5-2. 5-2.
83
nilikuwa na mama niko na
5 tulihesabu zote Benzema ali hapa na Vinicius olewa field.
Anyway, now, you know what that game?
Yeah.
You know what that game showed us? Yes, that guy, Nimnoma, when he started, the one he got, he scored, but he missed like 3.
It didn't show you your defense was bad. That's what you took from that game.
I mean, if you had scored the 3 goals,
I'm gonna ask just
else.
one question. Just one question. In terms of finishing, compare him to a former number 9. Who's better, him or Bobby Firmino?
Firmino. Firmino is a much better one finisher.
Bobby.
This season,
Yeah.
he'll put up Torres like numbers. You wait and see.
Hey,
If he
go
plays,
ahead,
I'm just telling you, man. Based from what we've seen, his 30 goal season is in his second season. You just wait and see.
Torres numbers, bro.
Which I will see.
You wait and see. Okay, kapo na Salah pamoja. Ngoja
All
bwana.
right. Time will tell on that one. Of course,
yeah.
we shall wait to see how Nunes shall, of course, go about. Mo Salah. Watu wa Saudi Arabia wameflat sana na Mo Salah, if not Liverpool. Offered you even, I think, 150 rising sijukani 200 and 250, and you guys were like, fuck that.
Yeah.
Aendi mahali.
To the Mo Salah thing, it's 3 things. First thing is the player, because for him, he's played this season on his new deal. And when Mane left, he was given plus of 300. People say 350, 320 something, which for Liverpool is a lot. Najua Manu nika Kenya wanalipanga
Kila mtu.
Luke Shaw.
Hiyo ni pesa ya chef.
I'm a chef.
Hiyo chef tulisign juzi hiyo.
But for us, when they gave him the deal, they actually had to bounce Mane because Mane angekuwa unhappy. And the other guys in the team are like, you know what, it's more, yana deserve kuwa na double because anybody else who's next is maybe getting 180. So he got that deal, played 1 season. The player. Saudi Arabia amekuja, whatever he's getting now is going to be over $1 million.
Yeah.
Him is seeing, for Liverpool, his peak.
Yeah.
Commissioner Champions, Premier League, all the cups, more or less.
Yeah, everything.
Even if he stays, it will just prove his Ascusa, maybe ashinde 1 cup. Man City are still their dominant selves. And he's staying on. So E1 year, he's doing it for loyalty.
Yeah, nothing more, nothing less.
Yeah.
As people forget, man, he's from Egypt. Muslim, he's from an Arab background.
Be very comfortable in that
Mecca
country.
is right there. So he speaks the language there.
So religious, he's going to love it.
Everything aligns perfectly for him. And if any, and plus you're earning $1 million.
Yeah. Plus
Of.
Tax free.
Plus
Kwa
of.
sababu hiyo 350.
Oh, yeah.
350
Got
England.
taxed properly.
So that's the first part, anymore. The second part is the ownership.
Yeah.
If that deal, most people said, if the deal went to 200, the owners will have agreed. Because any like that's a name deal.
Yeah.
That's like a world record deal now. 200, the homie bounces.
I think for 200 they will agree. One reason is
Lakini Klopp angejump.
they're facing a lot of
250.
backlash right now from the fans for the signings that they've made. And also they messed up. If they came earlier in the transfer window,
That would have been
maybe.
something
Yeah,
else.
but you can't take him on the last week and Liverpool can't replace him.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also if you look at Mo Salah's numbers, man, it's I think we take him for granted. In terms of goal scoring, he's scored more goals than Kane had the last 3 seasons, not to mention his
Since he came to the league,
Yeah,
he has more
he-
goals and assists than anyone.
than
anyone
anyone.
else.
Yeah, so
Genius.
he's literally the biggest player. And also, remember also for the Premier League, they want him there because he's a really big star in the Arab community.
Yeah.
So that
as long as they
that
keep him
North
there, then.
African Arab market, there's a big support for Liverpool just because of Mo Salah and Mane, the Muslim
So
parent.
it is a big market. He's been the highest selling jersey for Liverpool.
Exactly.
Oh.
So you see how it brings a problem, because considering how they are losing a lot of their Asian market to this new league, so they really wanted to hold on to him. But I think next
you
season,
don't trust in Wataru Endo.
nah.
Watadu.
Said the only person ameshikilia sign ni Mitoma na Son. Other than those two,
Yeah, for the Asian market.
yeah,
And that part now was the fans.
yeah, the
How do
fans.
the fans feel about more going? For me, I want him to stay. He's a top scorer. All the fans will say, let him stay.
Yeah.
So I believe everybody knows, even in Liverpool, he's going to stay one season and leave in the summer.
Yeah.
It's more or less.
Problem mtapata hiyo so mbili juu lazima wali.
Hopefully they will get 200.
Again, 150. It's still a good deal because he's still going to go anyway.
Yeah.
Offload some wages, put your guy as a superstar, Nunes. Let's see.
Yeah.
It's going to be now they're attacking.
But who do you
and
replace
Diaz.
him with though?
Him and
That's the
Diaz.
problem.
Him and Diaz.
Diaz, Nunes,
And
Jota.
Szoboszlai. And
Szoboszlai.
Jota.
So anarudi kwa ile timu tumezoea ile. Kale
Liverpool.
katim kama table.
Benteke. Benteke
Mna kwa Man U sasa vile tuko sasa hivi.
Salimach.
Salimach.
Sifikiria timu naweza na flat. Oh, sijui go and try Saka. It's haitawaka. Yeah, haitawaka. Hata mkileta 200 it's not going to happen. Kubo. Oh my god.
Nyongeni tu hivyo tu. Saka anacheza his way to Real Madrid. Ngoja.
Yeah, many years.
Ngoja tu Real ikikam tu like yambe tu Ateta ni aje bro.
Nah.
Na pia mpia Saka cheki si kama na uko wako.
Not right.
Very soon.
Not right.
Soon and very soon. We are going.
Soon
Nah,
enough.
at this season.
Bro. Bro, God.
Eh. Watajipanga. Yeah, it's not our problem.
Unajua tu
It's not our
inakaa.
problem. It's not coming. It's not.
Unajua tu utacheki tu Saka
Haaland,
Bellingham
mazee.
na Ateta.
Sasa endi atoe nani huko?
You want a Spanish guy to refuse Real Madrid?
Yeah, of course.
A Spanish manager?
He's a Barcelona dude.
A guy who had
La Masia product in Barcelona.
who had a brief stint at Arsenal. People talk about it like he was an Arsenal legend. No, he was an Everton legend.
No.
He had a brief playing stint at Arsenal. Alafu wametia back in
Where he
London
won trophies.
over Real Madrid.
No, Nanika, I don't think he would go to Real Madrid. Maybe Barcelona. If Barcelona to come knocking, I'm sure.
Alafu cheki umesema they won trophies. Tukusema hivyo atakaa ameshinda FA Cup 2. That's not what we mean.
Ni FA Cup 3, bro.
Dude, lazima uongezeke Premier League hapa.
Hapana.
Ka UEFA hivi.
No.
You don't say trophies you can refer to FA Cup. Wanaongea about Ateta as a player.
Ateta, he won trophies at Arsenal, unlike Everton.
Una count FA Cup 2 ka trophies.
FA Cup, 2 community shields.
Hizo ni trophies mtu wangu.
Yeah, ni trophies.
Hizo ni vitu serious za kusema mbele watu. Hizo ni vitu unasema mtu ni legend.
Simesema ni legend Everton.
Unajua nani ameshinda trophy na sisi.
Simesema ni Everton legend.
Player ka Sylvester ameshinda Champions League. Yeye ameshinda trophies. Sylvester, Smalling, Phil Jones ameshinda trophies. Sasa Ateta ameshinda cups, a few cups.
Ameshinda trophies.
So
John,
trophies ni jina kubwa.
John,
Huwezi
The
kae.
problem with Man U guys sasa. Also imagine wangeshinda hiyo game. Watu wangelala. You guys weren't making
All I'm
enough
gonna
noise.
say is we actually played well with an injury-ridden team that is facing allegations sijui crazy with the Glazers people, the Mkono Birika. Have Kusel Henderson, one of the best backup goalkeepers, ndo tuweze kuafford a lone move for Amrabat,
who you've been chasing for weeks.
Crazy. Tuko na manager fulani hapa hivi, Pelistri sijui atafaa kufanya nini.
But
Pelistri
like
is playing amazing
very-
for Uruguay. Can't get a number here.
A very big question is how do you sign a player when he's injured, by the way? There's a procedure.
No
Medical-
one,
two
two
players.
players.
it's 'cause
Wote
you
wako
have
na
to
shida za
do
mgongo. I think ni medical ya Manyine umiza watu mgongo at this point.
Na wote wanataka
Wanafanya
kuja.
different medical. Watu wanataka
Kaze.
medical.
Kuna
tunashangaa.
fulani wewe wanapaga sema Stogolstan hapo hivyo kwa
Hawa say ndio wanafaa kuja Bebe United.
How do you sign players when they're injured?
wanakuja
wanafaa- Mgongo ishaenda na wanafaa Bebe United.
nataka tuwabebe.
Na migongo ishaenda, bro.
You know, there's so many deals that were cut off on the last day because a player had an injury.
Yeah.
Liverpool are trying to sign, what's his, Kyle is a French player or something. And he was on fire. We're about to sign him.
Kulibali
It wasn't Koulibaly.
This
There's a
season.
guy,
This summer.
like
Kolomwani. Oh.
Ama he was another, but he was a left winger. This guy was on fire. He had played in the Euros or something. He got an injury the last week of your transfer window. He wasn't signed. What's Matuzi? We don't know how long that injury is.
No. United, they don't do that there. We're going to injury. It's okay.
Okay, but we
Could
can't me signing a player on loan for a season when he has a back injury, because there's some injuries that are a bit of red flags. Hamstring, back, the big ACL tears. Because these of vitu back ni recurrent. Especially a position like central midfield. Manze kila wiki unaruka tuko hivyo na kana Gabriel wanakubonda mgongo huko for headers. So anyway, maybe Mr. Daktari, maybe we got this doctor from Arsenal, labda ni sabotage.
But anyway, Amrabat is a proper player. We at one point.
But you see, man.
But with an injury, I don't know how you sign up.
You see, Amrabat, like he performed well. We know Amrabat from his World Cup performances.
Florentina performed well.
The only period, like he came to light, like everybody going crazy about him out of the World Cup performances, right? World Cup, I don't. Is it a good enough face to say like this is a proper baller? Because hapo wana perform too in a month's time.
A very good case and point.
Ukitoa hizo miezi zingine mingi atacheza kwa season.
He was playing
are you guaranteed that he'll come
single
through?
Pivot, but also it was a defensive system. But he played really well. Look at some of the metrics that he really are defensive at. Look at his long passing. It's amazing.
At Morocco? I'm at
Fiorentina both.
In the conference final. Conference final, Ali stand out. Conference final, akicheza na West Ham, did he stand out?
Sasa West Ham wanacheza haram.
No, but ni final, bro.
Ni European final. Umechekila amefanya Brighton mpango.
Ni European final.
Brighton ulo na mitomo kwa game ya West Ham. Wala jamani
wazi. Ni final ya Euro.
Kwa watu wako 76 feet tall na mzee alafu anakubonda kwa corner.
It doesn't matter. This is a European final. The first final, maybe if Fiorentina have been in God knows how long. You're on the verge of winning a trophy. We expect you to step up.
If you're that kind of a superstar.
Exactly, because you've already seen in the World Cup.
With your broken back.
Okay, Saiju Rice alishinda hiyo kitu.
Rice ako fiti, bro.
Game Arsenal,
he has proved over the years.
Game Arsenal, his only good move was that shot which he got.
No.
Also, like
he was very good in that game.
I do have like a...
Ulikuwa na start.
You're a man of the law, so it's a very good Samaji. Affidavit.
Yeah.
And it wedge hosts. Ali shined mad in the World Cup. He was scoring, man.
Yeah, he was.
How many goals did he have?
Yeah.
He had like 4 goals, 5 goals in the World Cup. Hey, guys,
and then he came to Man United.
See, there was a stat. There was like, hey, Weghorst in the box. He's the best.
He's a fox, man. He's gonna kill it. Yeah,
hey, bro.
But tuchukue nini yake with a pinch of salt.
But the one who have a pinch of salt on right now, I know it sounds crazy, but it's Højlund.
Højlund?
Yeah.
Because of why?
He kind of reminds me of
Shaba.
Let me tell you why. Welbeck would do, when he was in Man United, he would do everything well. Everything. But the finishing.
Wanting.
Like Nunes. So, I even watched his Norway games. Yes, he has that spark of potential. He has a power shot. But I feel like his finishing is still not there. I hope Benny McCarthy can do to him what he did to Rashford.
Yeah.
He's really good in build-up. He's really good in everything. But I really want him to...
His back heel.
But at least he's a poacher, though.
His back heel for the offside goals. He did the back heel before Bruno.
Hey, look how fit.
That was dope.
But
if you can keep it up, then.
But let me show you some other stats in that game that I didn't like. Did he have a shot on goal?
No,
he remember him trying to shoot?
He didn't.
Unaweza striker mgani na ngege watoka bila shot?
Isipokuwa Torres.
On goal. Torres konga off target.
Torres alikuwa na kinda lakini alikuwa na shoot. Unacheki?
Okay, at least alikuwa na shoot.
Unacheki vitu kama hizo ndo zinaangalia.
But it's only a game where he
Mseka Ketia ukimweka hivi 5 seconds mseka atakinda lakini atashoot hiyo kitu. Like atakuwa.
Unajua Højlund alifunga last season is it 12 goals, how many 13 in total for Atlanta?
Yeah.
Atalanta. I think that's what they're called. In such a league which is not as hard as the Premier League. He didn't play for 6 months.
So that's another thing. He didn't play for 6 months. You're buying him when his back is injured. That's not again.
For 72 million.
And he's only 18. You're not playing for 6 months on your...
He looks very physical. I saw him standing to another player. He looked like he's 6'5" or something.
He is. And then his best attribute is people don't know is that his pace. He's rapid.
He's quick.
He's quick.
So for athleticism,
he has some really good dribbles as well for his size.
Yeah.
He has a powerful shot. But so the question is though, can he finish? Like a guy like Haaland. Haaland, he has pace and he can shoot. Anything else in football, you can azafanya. Build up play the first versus Arsenal the first time. Like Homsen him say, but you give him an opportunity to shoot, your ball in the tu ndani peke yake. Greenwood also had that thing. Greenwood had that thing where you just give him an opportunity to shoot his magic. Right foot, left foot, didn't matter. Gets the ball in. this guy, he does everything well, but does he have that extra thing? Ile ama striker, ile that instinct ya kujua na chapa pale. Because at the end of the day, he's just gambling with the goalkeeper. Look at his stats for one-on-ones. They're not the best.
For Hoyland.
So you guys are just now gassing up Nunes. Now why is it different with Hodgman?
Nunes has a track record of performing well once he knows the system. Like in his second season, his third season, he excels. Yeah. Hoyland has no track record of being like the beast. As a matter of fact, this is his first big team. This is the first time now. And we are signing him, because even in the press conference, Ten Hag said we expect him to perform from the like pressure because this is Man United.
On site.
Yeah. But are you giving like pressure on him now to like come and perform for Man United? A dude who's 19.
He has.
Come in.
He has to perform.
As in kuna pressure mob.
He has to perform.
I don't think that's how you'd want him to start off.
Because that's the environment he's been put in, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Because he's our main striker.
Because that might impact on him, you know.
He has to rise to
good
occasion.
or for bad, man. He might become good.
Rooney first game akwa 19 ama 20 alibanga hat-trick Champions League msee.
But alikuja kikosi
Rooney came from Everton is banging Arsenal for 2 seasons.
Lakini big player.
But Rooney alikam kwa club yenye iko see as depending on
Saka
him
from
as
day
much.
one. Saka alikuwa anafunga mabao as a left back.
It's okay.
Hadi wakamonga moyo msee acha tumsongeshe mbele.
No, it's okay. But point yangu ni Hoyland is coming to Man United when like kuna watu wanafunga mabao. Like it's up to him now, he has to score.
I know we have the highest.
Ideally you would want to come into a squad where hakuna ile pressure like you must score.
We needed to score. We bought
now
him.
He has to score and he's 19
years old.
We bought him
over Kane and Osimhen. That's the pressure he's coming.
Osimhen especially. Osimhen because Osimhen was highly rated.
Yeah.
Extremely. He's still extremely highly
so
rated.
Your pressure itamsaidia ama inaweza mkuka.
Yes, perform. Plus, unfortunately, behind him he has Mount. Jesus, Chelsea to corner hapo, but it's all good.
Because we were spoken about the other Mason Mount. The other Mason.
No, bro.
That guy's more covert as in he should have a scandal at least kwa news. Mason Mount.
Acha hizo man. All right. One club that has spent a lot of money though and has been anything but fruitful on the pitch especially. It's Chelsea. I wanted to say off and on the pitch. Off the pitch ni hawa say. On and off the pitch wako nje.
It's probably mama.
Si mawakili wamekula pesa zetu mbaya.
My lawyer, but it's a good time to be a lawyer in Manchester. Buda, see uende Manchester.
A lawyer, a chef.
Passport imekuwa manyaya.
Anything other than being a football player. It's a great time.
Yeah, at Manchester.
Hata shareholders are making money.
But I love, me, in as much as they spend money, I love the ambition. I love the fact that they're going for their talents. It will take time for Chelsea. Yeah. What I don't like is how they have completely gotten rid of their identity.
Yeah. Did they have an identity?
Yes, they did. They were a team that used to be stocky defense and they used to play defensive football. That has been the identity throughout their success. So they have and then you can't build a team by getting rid of every single old player. You need some guys that integrate into the culture. So
Thiago Silva.
So that's why Silva came, remember, from PSG. He's not like a Chelsea thoroughbred. So I think the big mistake was getting rid of the old guard. I think they should have had like a mix. And then two, in as much as you want to build a new team, they bought way too many players. Like a locker room, in as much as you want options, it should be limited. It should be in such a way that it's integrated. Now, that doesn't feel like a locker room. It feels like an episode of Survivor. Kuingia tu kwa match squad, mkom to 30 nyote mebuy a car 50 million each. So like I don't think that's conducive.
Yeah, it's not.
Alafu, they also need to like make a saloon. Hizo madedi ni mob.
Any mob.
Make my players happy kwa kuna siku ya twists na pia mswa kuweka mahai kwa the same. So lazima kuna saloon na haircut mswa kumassage nywele. So it's very important.
Msefanya in Manchester yako ako busy.
Yeah, kwa same so
msefanya hizo my dressing and stuff. West London.
Also
kazi iko.
You're exactly right by that thing for identity. Imagine this guy start the season and their brand new captain, superstar, English player, Reece James, injured.
Yeah.
But
you alikuwa shapewa.
But why is Reece James captain?
And then, I don't know. Chelsea, by how they run that team nowadays, it's like, and what's up with giving players 9-year deals?
It's a way to circumvent FFP laws. Yeah. But also that's messed up because now if this player ends up being a boss like Mudryk, offloading him is gonna be hard.
It's gonna be a problem.
There's a big contract, many years. You have to buy it out apparently.
Yeah. But Chelsea walikuwa shakuwa warned in terms of the captain, especially the guy who was going to be the vice captain. alikuwa want atakuwa na kazi mingi sana. Whoever was going to be the vice captain
James
because the
Plays.
captain is always injured.
So and then also like their identity again. Even Chelsea, who starts? You look at the team. They have overloads on all positions. They sold their old guard. Now unangalia they have Chilwell.
Yeah.
They have Kukurea. And they also have somebody else. I don't know who.
They so it's even worse if you look at the other positions. Yeah,
they're
it's one thing to sell like your players, but even the backroom staff. Remember, Chelsea had the best negotiator. That lady who ran the transfer.
Oh yeah.
In terms of the deals she would get, they would get them cheap. They would get them fast within the first few days. It has changed completely. Now they get them late. They get them expensive. You go and hire Brighton staff, backroom staff, and they end up buying everybody from Brighton. You know, mnachoma. Then
as a tactic. Like honestly, like how did Caicedo get to
then
the price he went for? You know,
115.
it's crazy.
I get he's a good player.
It's because they know.
It's because they know Chelsea are gonna pay.
Because in transfers, I was reading this thing. We consider transfer value wrongly. We consider the value of a transfer based on the player's talents. I was watching this video and the guy was saying the value of a player is how much the other club is willing to pay. That's the only thing you consider in the value. If Man U wants to pay 70 for Anthony, they are willing to pay that. That's his value. If Man U insists, no, you won't pay that much, you'll pay 20, that's his value. So at the end of the day, the value is talent. Value could depend on
the club.
On the other side,
how much they value the talent.
And if it's Chelsea or Manchester,
bro, also ameharibu market trend. Sasa wewe unajaribu kubuy CD ama CM sahi. Chelsea ameharibu market.
Yote.
Imagine they sign Caicedo for 120 million, yeah?
Yes.
They have Enzo. They just shipped out Kante. So they have now 2 CDM.
They bought this guy from Southampton.
Then they now buy Lavia.
Romeo Lavia.
So
who's
then,
gonna play?
So then you're like you now bought 3 central defensive midfielders. Who plays that formation?
And that's one of those that and the goalkeeper position is one of those positions where you don't change, and the centre back. So that's your spine. You don't play about your spine.
Don't forget, Enzo was over 100 also, isn't it?
105.
After the World Cup, he was 105.
Yes.
So those are now 2 CDMs you've now bought, 105 and 120. The other guy on 60.
Yeah.
Romeo Lavia.
On 60.
And the same club bought Cole Palmer for 43. Cole Palmer was done for.
Who's like a number 8.
No, he's a striker.
From Man City, the left-footed player, yeah?
Yeah, he's a striker.
You play
he's a good talent, but again also.
But is he worth 43, man?
Yeah.
Come on, he's not.
No. Again, what did you just talk about? It's not about the talent. It's how much the team is willing to pay for.
Yeah, but to be honest,
actually, even that 43, I don't know. He's not worth it.
No, he's not. I don't think he has proved anything.
You know, they overload players. Havertz, the other left-footed player is called who?
ZH. Si walikuwa na
Mount.
Walikuwa na wasi wengi hadi nakumbuka Sterling akisema kwa team meetings. Watu walikuwa naketi kwa floor.
Yeah, so
like kuna spill over from where they used to have team meetings because there are so many.
They've just sold Jorginho, Kovacic,
Havertz, Mount. Yeah,
but
Loftus-Cheek.
For all their troubles, man, they make the most money in transfers. They spend 1 billion, but they made 800 million in the last few years in transfers. Yeah. So in essence,
in business-wise, I think they made
the most money out of everybody else. So business-wise, in terms of selling players and their loan system, it's amazing. Arsenal and Man U. Arsenal wanashinda kiatilia watu wana free, si tunashinda tukiuza halo.
Are they back
Maguire kataa kuuzwa?
He can never.
I ain't going nowhere.
Even as we're not accepting, we'll pay his salary for it stays Manchester.
Akai at Manchester. Maguire must
the highest paid player in the world. Hata Saudi hawezi kubuy Maguire.
Saudi watalipomanywa baki.
If Saudi tried to buy him, we'd all connect.
How come hakuna msee wa Saudi Arabia alikujia Maguire, man? Like walikuwa wote wana steer clear of Maguire. Wanataka everybody but.
Oh, senior commentator aliharibu jina yake mwanzo.
Which one?
Ule commentator alikaka jina ya Maguire mzaki kinda.
Yeah, he called a Bayern player something Maguire. The Bayern player who did something shifty.
Hurricane. Benzema kwa nini ya? Iloga upe mkano. Upe Maguire.
Yeah, that one.
But yeah, Chelsea, man, they have a lot of work to do. Of course, now after splashing all that cash, you'd expect now we need to see more from the team. Yes. New coach has been given the whole preseason. Most of these signings, Nier sanctioned. It's not like Potter, who was just being bombarded with players.
Yeah.
So he's been there. He's overseen them. He's been with them preseason. So once you start the season, then you expect a bit much more, especially because they're not in Europe.
No, I don't expect much.
To get
it's
the expectations
it's Poch's first season. You can't.
It's not his first season in the Premier League.
His first season with Chelsea, he has new players.
Yes.
This is a team
And
that
he
has never played together.
He has had a preseason with them.
Nah, man.
Yeah, he's had a preseason.
I'll judge Poch on the second. It's too much. He has a new squad.
Okay.
New squad. He's a new coach. Nah, man. You have to give him time to integrate.
It's okay.
You have to integrate. And then also look at his squad. Manze liko na mashida mingi. Your captain is injured. Chilwell is as good, but he also gets injured a lot. So like
But he's still there.
Thiago is also good, gets injured.
But he's still
Manze
there.
normal. Even like it's so ni mpaka goalkeeper. Yani kila mahali ni ukiangalia ni mtu mpya.
Alafu, oh no, they sold Jorginho.
Manze like
But the Premier League is unforgiving,
like
man.
check his striker,
Upeangu
2 strikers, brand new. Central midfield yote mlibai juzi. Center back moja Colin mumget juzi. Academy player ku replace Reece James jo ameumia.
Brand new
Goalkeeper is new. Like that's you can't expect
Look,
it to
the
perform.
goalkeeper
Ni
is
kama
new in the team, but he's not new to the
Nottingham
league.
Forest last season.
He's not new to the league.
Like when they got promoted, they got promoted with a team that was players on loan. So they all went back to their teams and they had to buy a new squad.
Yeah.
First half of the season, they were trash.
Yeah.
Second half, when they finally gelled, now they're good. Akina Onyin finally got on the stride. Lingard had done a game plan ever since. But now, so I think the same thing is going to go on at Chelsea. But you know what? Also, Chelsea they made okay. If you look at the stats, they are number 3 in XGI, that is expected goals and assists combined, and they are like the last in terms of amongst the last in expected goals conceded. That means they are good defensively and they're good going forward. And if you look at the statistics, then their number and their performance is actually an anomaly. However, going forward, I think you just have to give them time. So their performance will improve, but expecting a lot from Poch now, it's unfair.
But this is the Premier League, man. It's very unforgiving.
Yeah,
there's no time,
There's no
especially
time for gel.
after your outlay of signings. Bro, enough one Angalia, you're not playing anywhere in Europe. So you kind of have more time to gel with these
Man,
guys.
if you're the coach, if you're the owner of Chelsea, it's either you give him time or you fire him and hire a new manager and fall into the same trap again.
And then also consider this. He's Pochettino. You see how well Tottenham are playing. Doesn't it like play in your head? You're like, it's case to manage Spurs, and now Spurs are above us.
Spurs.
We're gonna beat a four.
But I feel like pia sikia awe nakama. I think ni
I feel like screw out in the camp. I don't feel like they'll be tested
ala
like
wase
big teams.
wako exposed kwa counter attack.
I don't think
I
Omecheza
don't know.
against-
See how Umse ni mkali. Like
this is against big teams, man.
his system is good how they evolve on attack, lakini akiperform against West Ham.
No, amecheza teams
Dakatoa
ndogo
shinde
peke
ka
yake.
West Ham katimba kona ka low block.
Amecheza timu ndogo peke yake.
But he hasn't played
Oh,
with
track
his
sema nini bro. Sasa okay, sawa tu.
Ajecheza timu kubwa.
Do.
And you want Spurs, I think. for me,
Tuongea London derby
their
kiasi.
jury is
Tuongea London derby
jury is
kiasi.
still not out. But yeah, that's Chelsea. Before that, of course, before you go to the Ballon d'Or, kumekuwa na international break kiasi. One of the major news that has come out is the sacking of Hansi Flick. Yeah, from Germany. He's the first coach to be fired since they started hiring coaches. No one has ever been fired at Germany. The Mannschaft is actually more like dead Mannschaft.
Yeah,
it's very much dead. It's not looking good. But nilikuwa chikimsia akisema maybe one of the reasons why Hansi Flick has gone home is insisting on Kai Havertz. There was like a trend that I saw. Did you see that thing?
There have been comments about Kai, but it's also, I think the performance in Euros wasn't the best.
They've been poor.
I think they played badly in Euros. They've been playing badly. He's also a manager who's been changing up the team. You know, Hansi's style of football is quite interesting. Even when he was in German league there.
Yeah.
It's sometimes successful.
Sometimes it
it
doesn't.
Sometimes it doesn't work.
Yeah.
And Germany, the previous coach had, what's it called?
Joachim Low.
Yeah, good
Joachim
grace.
Love.
You know, when you win a few cups, people
And the
look
World
mind
Cup.
if you lose a few games. But if you're a new manager and you come in,
I
and
think
then you start suffering, and you can see the cup is coming up soon next year. Yeah, Euros.
The Euros, and they are the hosts, man.
Euros is coming, so it's crunch time.
Yeah, for them. They have to do something. I think that's why one of the reasons they've been fired, because they are hosting
the Euros.
I
I think it's rushed. Just look at how Germany got back from Team Ballack to this new team that won the World Cup. It took them a whole generation of players where they built them to their academies and to their under 21 and all these programs. And by the time Akina Ozil are coming to win the World Cup, they had played a couple of international competitions together. So when they're winning the World Cup, it was more of an ensemble of a long career of playing really well together. It's like how Messi and his guys have won the World Cup. They just did it sooner because all of them were on their last legs. Now this is a new generation of German players. So to expect him to manage them like Aje Kabisa, because there's Musalia, there's
Musiala.
Musalia Mudavadi,
Mzalia mdada akona mtungo, yeah.
kuna Nabri,
Yeah.
kuna
Leroy.
Havertz.
Yeah.
Alikuwa Chelsea mwenye alikuwa na kinda
Timo Werner.
Timo Werner.
Yeah.
Defense pia ni mpya, midfield katikati pia ni mpya. So it's a new generation of players, and for them to gel, they need the grace and time. You just don't make like a new. It's very rare to have like a brand new team of young kids internationally kwanza who perform.
But you see, they're not necessarily young. I think the only dude who's young there is Musiala.
No, but it's a new
All these other guys
generation it's a new team.
But they're experienced guys.
Huh?
Gundogan is
Because
experienced.
even
Nabri is experienced.
the keeper is still the same.
Yeah, Goretzka is experienced. I think one of the things that ilifanya Hans Flick akuwa na shida, he started picking up fights with akina Nabri, sijui Goretzka, anaweka nje, kashusha captain, sijui alikuwa nani sahi captain ni Gundogan. So of course rubbing off the guys were used to be in the team the wrong way. Alafu pia nilikuwa na cheki, he did a documentary I think during the World Cup. Amazon walikuwa na film during the film walikuwa wanaonyesha nani kama all or nothing ya Germany, man. So wanaonyesha ni kama nani he's not like a solid decision maker. He's always sort of second guessing himself, always seeking opinions of players, and you are the coach. So kidogo unajidown play. In the long run, imsaidie wakakuwa knocked out of the group stages second time in a row. Hata kama uko na new talents, of which personally I don't think they are new talents, you don't get knocked out of the group stages kama ni Germany. Ela upigwe round of 16.
Yeah.
Well, again, you see the third time in a row ametolewa kwa group stages.
No. The second time.
The other time was in a Balak team.
In
a World
second time in a row.
Yeah, second time in a row.
So basi si ni squad.
No.
Twice in a row in a World Cup they've been
Yeah,
knocked out.
2018 walitolewa kwa group stages.
Jeez.
Na 20 last year pia walitolewa.
The other coach had goodwill.
Alafu pia the last thing nisa kusema, international football is getting better. Japan have been investing well in that team.
But Japan, ideally, they're not supposed to be Germany.
Japan wamekam. Now is that any generation ingine ya new players.
Japan ako fiti, but it's not better than Germany.
Yeah, they
Progress
should
ya
be-
the women's team imekuonekana, lakini say the male team.
Yeah,
They're
the Belgium are
imefika.
looking good.
But like as per
Lakini pia for one,
the FIFA world ratings, like Germany is in top 10, and I'm sure Japan's like uko na 18 or something.
Yeah, they're definitely not better than the dead Mannschaft.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Dead Mannschaft.
dead Mannschaft, they are totally dead. Kuna mzee alikuwa asema on a light note.
Dead Mannschaft wajua ni nini?
Yeah.
Erectile dysfunction.
It's not bordering on hate speech, man. They're not that bad.
They're bad.
A dead Mannschaft.
It's dead. Kuna dysfunction.
The shafts not work. Haifanyi kazi.
It's dead. Mzee alikuwa asema ati Lampard insist on Kai Havertz, he got sacked. Thomas Tuchel came in insist on starting Kai Havertz, he got sacked. Graham Potter akakuja insist on starting Kai Havertz, he got sacked. Bruno mwenye walimpea job, he got sacked in a day. Hansi Flick insist on Kai Havertz because Kai Havertz alikuwa anacheza all through for Hansi Flick.
Yeah.
He got sacked. Kuna another coach ana insist sana on Kai Havertz.
So the problem with Kai Havertz, what's his position?
Could he be?
Ateta.
Nah, but
Hata tu havi conversation. Hata our good friends at Futa Banta, Lubes and Rags are having this conversation.
Yeah.
Like this guy is polarizing. We don't know his position. Is he a striker? Is he a midfielder? Does he play well in the front three?
He's a Champions League final scorer.
Manzi,
Yeah.
du.
Kai
Champions League.
Anakumbusha timu moja NBA inaitwa Celtics. Sasa milk championship yao ya 2008 for like years. Kevin Garnett na Paul Pierce wakiongea za Afrika walishinda like 20 chips.
Yeah.
Hiyo ni bao moja. Na alikuwa 1-on-1 msee. Hiyo hata Welbeck angefunga.
Naye Welbeck afungagi hizo
Players
bana.
leave
Wewe unataka
off,
kusema Welbeck venye anauzanga?
Bro, Welbeck angefunga hiyo bro.
Nah.
Lakini players live off a moment. Many
Yeah.
players
See hivi.
hata basketball hata career even is only that short.
Umse
Players.
angekuwa paka angekuanga on his 11th life juu hiyo bao.
Ingekuwa isha.
Ameishi sana msee.
Another German guy was Götze. And scored that World Cup goal.
Oh, the winning
What's alikuwa mkali though?
But
Alikuwa
he became
mkali
very
before
work
that.
afterwards. After that goal.
After the Bayern man.
Alikuwa very
Sijui ni
work.
bia ilimharibu, kuna zio ulikuwa unakunywa pombe sana.
Even Havertz after your Champions League, me and I've been watching him.
Yeah, I
The
think-
Champions League, that goal he scored is just become. That's
think-
his.
Yeah, he's saving grace.
Do you know why Arteta wants Havertz in the team and why he was playing Partey as a right back? It's not because he wants to be flexible. The system that you already have works. It's not that he doesn't. He knows that. But what undid you guys at the end of the season? Predictability, the same system, and personnel wakachoka mkashinda kwa replace. So when people get injured or hurt, you don't play the same system with different people. You play a different system that fits the people that are there. So that's what he's trying to do. So he'll have a system for Havertz, he'll have a system for how the one you had with us is Arsenal or Origi. So that's what Arteta is. It's what Pep is doing also. Like now Pep changed the game last year when he had 3 tall centre backs.
Yes.
And then the box in the middle. Now he's changed the game again. If you look at what he's bought, if you look at the stats, every single player he's bought this time round, they all have one attribute that they led the European. Ball carrying. I mean, no watu kuchenga side. Kwa sababu every single person plays a low block against him. So I'm going to
Jeremy Doku.
So like that's what he's trying to change Arsenal's dynamics so that we have a new dynamic. But now the question is, Havertz anacheza wapi?
I think could be one of the other things is maybe the unpredictability. Because you don't know where exactly he is. So it's kind of hard to mark.
Should I have a see?
Like you don't know where he is.
Check. Shida ni hata ya juu yanafanya nini?
No.
Kama mimi sijui ni story but kama mimi sijui na pia wewe haujui.
No, Havertz anajua.
Hata Havertz ajui.
Hata Havertz ajui mse.
Havertz anajua. Unaona hiyo game yenu angetupia penalty.
Okay, first of all angetupia. Alafu pia alihata ile ball.
Alihata ball kwanza.
Okay, that was horrible. If you get that clean, then
professional footballer.
No, if you get that clean.
Anahata ball, mse. Professionals. Afadhali hata corruption ya African leaders.
People miss all the time.
Lakini mimi tell you about Arsenal. Arsenal game yao ni Odegaard, Martinelli, Saka. Hapo mbele ina rotate Jesus. The other striker they have Nketiah. But if you look under say wanna push it. Alafu now Rice and the other guys are stopping the goals coming.
Alafu kuna Kiumana on
5 attackers and 5 defenders.
Because Odegaard played crazy. Like say crazy. Martinelli from the beginning he was running in that wing. And Wan-Bissaka is a proper defender.
Thank you. Lakini wewe atozi ongea after wala alisha fanya mtoto akala green pastures msedalo. Yo bro. Daloli slide mseka kamka kajiado mtu wangu ule mseko. Mse.
Ilikuwa counter.
Sijui. Wena kadalol kwa kama DM sel kama slide tumba.
Yeah.
Bro.
I also think Nketiah, the team generally plays well with because Nketiah
is more direct.
There's a attacking move that Arsenal had where Nketiah was tripped or kicked in the face. Ingekuwa red card if you ask me, but anyway. Now if that tackle didn't happen, Nketiah probably would have had a clean run towards goal. Because it's fast. You just put the first guy in.
And also, people forget Nketiah is England under 21 leading scorer. You forget he's only like 22 now.
I think he's 22 or 23 around there.
Yeah, so he's young, he's a good striker. He just need opportunity, man.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's that. Of course, Hansi Flick is gone now.
But
adios.
Here's the question though. Would you hire him in your team right now?
No, I wouldn't. I mean,
Hansi Flick, the guy who won the treble for Bayern, the guy who was scoring goals for fun.
You see, that's from a Manchester fan's opinion.
Maybe
that's
you guys
very desperate right now.
Yeah,
no, Hansi Flick. No, think about like the English team right now. Who's gonna get fired recently? Who gonna get fired? Wakati kuongea kweli sana msasa Pochettino ameongea
Ten Hag.
Newcastle coach.
Tule tu topic nyingine. Hakuna haja.
Ten Hag anaenda bro.
Possibly.
Mse Glazer is half-fire mse. He's loved but
Klopp.
Wanaweza fanya overhaul if Salah goes, might as well throw the whole sink out.
Yeah.
Salah akienda we are finished.
Yeah.
Done anyway.
All right, tell me on that one. So Hansi Flick gone. I don't know where he'll come in the Premier League if he'll ever come there. Let's wait and see.
Real Madrid?
Nah. I don't know. Anyway, Ballon d'Or. The nominees were done.
Messi.
No player.
Messi.
No, tuishie tumalizie hapo.
Check Messi. Najua nataka kusema sijui Haaland sijui.
Haaland bro amebangiza mabao zote za
Man
City bang lakini akona treble.
Man City alishinda hizo trophies, Messi alishinda hiyo World Cup.
Ati Messi alishinda World Cup. Kwani alicheza peke yake?
Niliona Ballon d'Or ikienda kwa Cannavaro mwaka wa Cannavaro
26 yes.
Juu tu ya World Cup. So please mwaka ya World Cup hata tusiangalie kitu kingine.
It's actually the weight of the World Cup. Unaona?
Ikitu ni nzito.
In the period that Haaland has won a treble. I'm sure in that 4 years kuna another player win a treble. When Bayern won, I'm sure kuna mse alishinda treble Luko. When Real won, kuna alishinda treble Luko. Benzema alishinda treble. But during that time, one World Cup has been won. It's been won by Messi.
Lazima tuheshimu World Cup. Once the World Cup nini wewe? Unajua lazima kuwe clutch kushinda hiyo kitu.
Yeah.
Also, hot take. Mbappe anafaa kumpita Haaland right now.
If Mbappe had won the World Cup, probably Mbappe had
Hey
won.
man, your performance at World
Would have
Cup
probably
na ya
won the
PSG
Ballon
d'Or.
alibeba zitu zote. I'm just saying.
It probably
That was
would
a
have
hat-trick in the final.
Yeah,
Bro.
yeah. Then it will have been
Bro.
his second World Cup. So in the double.
Actually, if you count the
Oh,
penalty
yeah.
alifunga ya mwisho ingekuwa bonne.
Oh my God. Yeah, so you're debating Menda.
Yep, Messi.
There's no absolute.
Okay, so for me, Messi,
Yeah.
they excluded Rashford, which was some...
Rashford was conspicuously missing from top 30.
Ukiangalia hiyo list wasewako hapo ndani na Rashford haiko. Shaitik ile clip ya Lil Wayne.
Yeah.
Akisema, Gucci on that list and Eminem is on it. That's exactly how I was thinking when I was looking at that list. But it doesn't matter. Ukiwa kwa hiyo nomination alafu kose kushinda. What's the point?
It's all about number one.
It's all about the one.
Yeah, and also your left wing pia it's a hard position kuna saying kuna Saka kuna
No, Saka right wing.
but two wingers too, because we know Ballon d'Or I think when you're nominating also when they're making the World 11, so angalia positions pia kina hizi kuna goalkeeper ko nominated. What am I saying?
Alisson ashai.
Oh, of course when kipa mkali hakuna kipa mwingine.
Yeah.
Hata Alisson ashai.
Hot take ile season wasal kwa sema Messi versus Van Dijk ilikuwa nafaa kwa ya Alisson.
Arguable.
Okay, but continue.
Yeah. Anyway, so Ballon d'Or, of course. You agree it's also Messi?
Messi, number 2 Haaland, number 3 is not a debate, but probably Mbappe.
No one cares about that guy. No one cares.
Messi. So Messi number 1.
Yeah.
And then number 2 mwisho highlights Messi alafu mpati Haaland. Alafu number 3 wambe good job lakini hata tuangalie. Because remember this is Messi's last this is like Michael Jordan hitting that shot and leaving. Like this is Messi's last hurrah.
Yeah,
so
it is.
We can't remember his last World Cup alafu tupatie
ati kijana akufunga tu hata akufunga hiyo final man.
Akufunga kwa final.
Kwa finals.
Na pia hizo masemis pia in hizo game alikuwa clutch Champions League akwa the last was there and he wasn't clutch in the Champions League.
Yeah, he wasn't.
Hey, but versus Arsenal. Ooh, that boy was clutch. Ooh, wako na KDB. Ooh. Yeah. But check it.
Like the hat-trick he scored against Manchester United. That was also clutch.
Okay, ni Roy Keane alivunja baba wake mguu ilikuwa personal. Ilikuwa.
Ndio maana aliwafunga hat-trick.
Ilikosa kumcaptain.
Ilikuwa hat-trick na assist.
Alinimaliza fantasy.
Ulipigwa hat-trick na watu wawili.
So tulifunga paka bao 7. Akambe tumepitia mambo mingi.
I don't even bring it up.
Pia mlasa pia tulipigwa 4 na Brighton, alafu pia tukapigwa 4 na Brentford.
Yo, okay. Let's move on. All right. Before we go to the previews that next weekend, which is coming up, let's look at the transfers. All right. The transfer window, I think it's entirely shut everywhere. Saudi League ilikuwa imebakishwa kiasi, Turkish League it's done. Who has been your most impressive signing so far in the Premier League?
Maddison amekuwa kibao.
Yeah.
Ball so hard. Wants to find me. Ball like Maddison is the best transfer.
From my experience firsthand.
It's definitely been
just how good he is.
Maddison has been on.
Yeah, he's been good.
Hata Szoboszlai lakini Maddison has been.
Man, get out of here with Szoboszlai. Let's compare him to Maddison right now. I don't want to too much.
Szoboszlai, man, it's playing.
You're doing too much.
Yeah.
Onana may live up to his ball playing. Kinsa akiacha tu kudai hivyo vioko. Mse adive ni kama anaingia kwa maji dufu mpararo mse. Usiti mse adive hivyo awkward but ni sawa tu.
Lakini there's a lot of players. Funny enough, even Rice has played well.
Yeah.
I'd
say like 2 games just stood out for me.
Yeah, Rice has been playing well.
And he's been good.
Lakini stand out kabisa.
Hakuna stand out. Messi.
Pointer man.
Wallahi Messi is the best. My bad.
No, come on, man.
My bad. Messi yenyewe.
Ako Farmers League, bro.
Bro, ameenda timu iko namba lasa na iko undefeated since.
Yeah, since then.
Only one draw, the rest are wins.
That's an impactful signing.
Guy funga 7 goals in 5 games.
It was clutch signing. Like how many last minute free kicks?
He's banged for Inter. Oh my God.
I even think it's like you don't any match fix.
The signing of the summer so far has to be Jude.
Exactly.
Has to be
exactly.
Jude.
No, it's actually Bellingham.
It's actually Bellingham.
It is actually.
I don't know. 5 goals in 5 games.
Hey Jude, man. They're singing that
song. Funga clutch goals, man.
Singing over there.
Yeah.
can't even. Birmingham knew what they were doing when they're retiring that job. It was crazy though. His younger brother is also banging goals. It's crazy.
Sunderland.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, so yeah, you're right. It's Bellingham.
I think that's
Definitely Bellingham.
tungepost hiki tu bila kwa Bellingham hapa hivyo mafans kwa comment wakishambulia.
All right. Now that the window is closed, I think it's only fair to make predictions for the top 4/relegation. So quickly,
anza huko.
give me a top 4.
Anza tu huko.
No, we won't say the best.
Nataka kusema ucho anza huko.
Because I'm going to say crazy stuff.
You guys go ahead.
Just
Have
a go.
Ni kwako.
No, mimi niko juu.
Hajakuta kinyanjui wewe anza.
No. Arsenal niko juu bana. Save the best for last. So Man United, Liverpool, Arsenal.
So
just go in that order.
Tuna order ya down
Venye mko kwa meza.
Number 1 City.
Yeah?
City number 1.
I need to note this. We need to clip this.
Number 2 Arsenal.
Mm-hmm.
Number 3 I am going damn, this is hard. Because there's now Brighton and Newcastle. Maribu Isabo. Number 3 I'm going United. Number 4 I am going
actually, let's do a top 5 because next season I had number 10 at Champions League.
Ooh.
All right, so
United.
Number 4 Liverpool.
Liverpool. 5th.
5th I'm gonna go with Spurs.
Goddamn. No Newcastle, no Brighton.
Spurs. Newcastle and Brighton have to play in Europe for the first time in a long time.
Yeah.
Them boys about to find out what it feels like to have a lot of fixtures. They're about to find, although Brighton have a squad and a half.
Yeah, they do. Unajua Newcastle
Last way by Ansu Fati, I go crazy.
Newcastle wanaanza na AC Milan, bro. At San Siro.
No, man.
Yeah, watapigwa carries of better Nairobi. All right. Give me your top 5.
Number 1 Liverpool.
I knew it. Guys, just wasting our time. Stop wasting our time. Yo, stop wasting a good time because that's where you go wrong. You're like a rat on the highway.
On the highway.
Very serious. We are in contention. You're back again. Now we are. This is the last one of Mo Salah. Is finishing with the on a high note.
Malcolm's at midfield.
Because actually even last one, my one was the worst. So when he did top 5.
Msema Liverpool number 1 na defense kuna trend.
Not gonna happen. So number 1, you still sticking on Liverpool?
Sticking on Liverpool.
Gee, bro.
Liverpool. Number 2, I'm gonna go for Arsenal.
Oh, come on.
That's what I'm talking about. That's more like it.
Come on, man.
That's more like it.
Come on.
He knows.
Yeah,
He knows.
Okay, sorry, boss.
Yeah.
Boss.
Number 3 is City.
I'm going to kill you.
Number 4 is Brighton.
Brighton. Bro, go vibes and Ishal, man. God damn.
And then just put Spurs there. Spurs.
Fuck the rest.
Yeah,
continue. Just continue your list. Number 6.
Newcastle.
Newcastle.
Okay, number 7.
Chelsea, no? Chelsea.
Okay, probably Man U number 7.
Chelsea.
I'm surprised the same Aston
Hey,
Villa.
United next season Conference League, bro.
Yeah, conference.
God damn.
Sawa, tutasaka shindo huko mbaya. Tusikizako.
Not cool. Mine has to be, of course, number 1 in Man City.
Man. Mse, hata hauna pride na timu yako.
No.
Hauna pride, mse.
Roger.
You like when he says Liverpool, he has no hope in hell. Kuna hope.
Vitu
You are like 3 days away.
Relax.
3 game weeks
imeandikwa nini?
3 game weeks.
Kusema ni kusema tu bila kuandika. Unajua ni kama serikali. Mtu anaweza kupea verbal promise but until it's put down in writing. Yeah, so number 1 Arsenal winning the league. I think I've said that so many times. Number 2 has to be City. Number 3, looking at the signings done so far and how the clubs are performing, I would most likely give Liverpool. It's gotta be tasty. Na hapa ndipo kizungumkuti iko.
Unaongea mbaya na kama si Garnacho kwa na kucha refu ndio wakati wa kinda hivi.
No, kasi genius Gabriel.
Kuna msalifanya ile MJ.
Hey bana. Hey maze. Crazy man. You know, if Spurs keep at it, they're doing it, they might just get 4th. I fancy Spurs.
Garnacho, are you okay? You be
Number 10, acha nipe Man United. I think.
Question to all of you
guys are
guys.
very
Aston
realistic.
Villa mnaiweka wapi?
very
Aston
realistic.
Villa has the best record since Nani was appointed.
I think Villa will win the Conference League so that they can play in the Europa League.
What about in the table? They have a team.
I think they might. I know uko number 9, bro.
Another team you're forgetting that will be a big team this season. Based on the SG and SGI stats, Brentford are scoring and not conceding. They're looking good.
It's more, I don't think they've played against a big
Brentford
team.
are looking good.
I don't think they've played against. Yeah.
Hey man, usongea mbaya kwa team fulani hapa hivi ilishinda na small teams kushinda league.
Question, who beat
At
Chelsea?
same your team
Bournemouth.
lakini kwa team fulani.
Bournemouth.
Who beat Chelsea?
West Ham.
Elanga?
Nottingham Forest.
Nottingham Forest.
Not. Okay.
Yeah.
No, it's West Ham have beaten them.
After tomorrow, the game week before.
Yeah.
Just to mention.
All right, that's what's up, man. Who do you think are going to go back to the championship? Going to go back to the championship. Who do you think are going to the championship? They will go back.
They're going back. Need the promoted teams. They're already performing. Like Luton, first of all.
Yeah, Luton are getting whooped.
Luton are getting Everton. Fam, Everton PA could try.
About time they went down. Sean Dyche had to pull off anything.
Hey, bro, Sean Dyche. Isi Burnley mse. Mekutana na mseka.
I'll survive last season, man.
All right. Alafu ya tatu. Which other teams have been promoted? Burnley.
Sheffield.
Yeah, Burnley staying up.
Hey, company tabaki.
A company at least inacheza football. Luton Town ndo manzi. Wameka tu wase wa vibes mtu wangu.
Luton are really.
Luton Town wanakaa sinaweza kutana nao kwa local mse. Wanaka kwa wase wa maana though. Wanaka kwa wase form sana lakini wala wase wakicheza.
Kwa pitch.
Like at the FPL it's become like a guaranteed strategy.
Yeah.
If you're playing against Luton, put the striker for
the opponent as a captain.
Have to. Yeah. No captain, just put Haaland ni captain itoki hapo any other player.
Oh yeah.
Usijaribu.
Damn, okay. We're going down.
Yeah, I'm also agreeing with John Apple. Luton, Everton, and Sheffield.
God damn.
They look dead right to bounce, especially Everton.
Hey bro, your game ya Luton versus Everton itakuwa the most dead rubber game. Like who is the worst in the league? Itakuwa even bigger than the title deciding match.
Worst of the worst.
Fungi bro.
You know what? It's very hard to argue against these three.
Ile siku M-Pesa ilihakwa na Sudan mse. There ain't nothing going on over there. What are you hacking, bro?
Yeah. I'll go with Luton going back. Sheffield United also going back. I don't feel Everton are going. Yeah, Burnley. I don't feel like Everton are gonna go down.
They have too much of a fan base. They can't wait. They survive because of
at least they'll just survive.
Do you know why I want them to go down? Because I'm tired of hearing that stat. That they're one of the few teams that have never been relegated. Imefika tani yao.
They've never ever been
relegated.
relegated.
Wako na nani?
They've never ever been relegated.
Yeah,
the only reason Arsenal like were
that's
relegated.
like a fucking record. Who are the other guys?
Ni juu kulikuwa na World War.
Angoja.
Okay?
Who? Angoja.
So, but technically, you bet the qualification.
No,
okay, you are dead last.
No, Ambia, watch us. You said two teams have never been relegated. Everton and who?
That's been it, guys. Thank you so much for having me.
Just say the goddamn team.
Be serious.
Yeah? Una nguvu.
Sina nguvu.
Let me help him. It's Arsenal. Arsenal and Everton has never been relegated. That's why it's not the reason why.
Hey.
Luton.
Never won the Champions League either. Right back at you, Chief. Nottingham Forest are kwa list ya winners of say two times.
You're to kill this season, man.
Yo, we need to talk about that before
you haven't put number 3.
Or number 3, hey, for relegation. I don't know. Kuna time ilikuwa fancy Nottingham Forest.
Hey, Awonya na score like
because that also the Elanga also in that team.
I would also have said Wolves, but we were coach wao Gary O'Neill.
Wolves.
Everton mtu wangu.
Wolves are also there.
Usi fight mtu. Unajua respect Sean Dyche siku zake za Burnley ya kwa number 6 na haram.
Pia last season, man.
Haram football iko na its limits mtu wangu.
Unahitaji so far.
Unahitaji haram football personnel.
Ndio uende nini?
Unahitaji wazungu fulani wamekauka wase huku nywa.
Batakowski kwa Dan Juma.
Dude, unahitaji Brexit football mse.
Will be.
Unahitaji msali.
Yako Fulham.
Lakini Michael Keane is also old, eh?
Ana hiyo squad plus hana Nick Pope huko nyuma.
Acha niweke Everton hapo ndani.
They look like
About time your record
I forgot to ask you guys, but I know we're running out of time, but let's talk about Champions League favorites to win. I saw Arsenal was put as the third most likely team to win.
Are we third or fifth?
Third or fourth?
Yeah, third, fourth.
Number one is like what, Real?
Yeah.
And Real and City are there tying, and then Bayern.
I think that's not fourth or fifth.
Yeah, so in ukweli ama ini haramu. Crystal tuna. Hii ni segment yangu. In ukweli ama ini madness.
That to me is not a realistic start.
Arsenal
will make a deep run into the UCL for sure.
Will they?
Probably make semis. Yeah. Probably make semis.
If they make semis and they're like fourth favorites, then that's okay.
Probably make semis because just looking at the teams that now you can say is a knockout Arsenal.
Which ones?
Is Man City and Real.
Inter Milan.
Hey.
Inter Milan was in the final last year. The final.
They got their lucky.
No, they were in the final, bro.
Yeah.
No, games
they
played AC Milan in the semis. How is even AC Milan making it in the semis?
AC Milan was good last year.
But now
they were
remember that and there's an Italian team in every single final.
Yeah, but you see now AC Milan.
That league has been good of late.
But you see, they barely survived against Benfica thanks to Onana.
Yeah, but you guys act like as if Benfica is a bad team, man.
So it's not a bad team.
If Arsenal is
Barcelona, why are you guys not counting Barcelona?
If Arsenal is fourth,
Barcelona won La Liga, bro. You guys forget about that.
We clapped them in the pre-season, man.
Pre-season, we also clapped in pre-season. Nothing, man. We barely beat them in Europa because Pedri and the guys got injured. But Barcelona are good.
Would you say like
Lewandowski is leading the Lewandowski versus Gabriel?
Would you say like his hands down?
Zinchenko.
No. You do say Barcelona hands down beats Arsenal?
Yes.
Like easily?
Yes. It's Arsenal we're talking about. It's like...
Are you still... but don't benchmark
you see you don't respect Spurs in the Premier League. You guys have a reputation in the Champions League.
You see, and that's why you're making a mistake. Because you're judging us by what we did in 2017.
I saw Babatov in Monaco dismantle you guys. When he was retiring, alikuwa nafunga bao kwa mshikilia fegi moja hivi.
When was that?
Anafunga bao from half pitch now.
Okay, when was that?
I'm just saying plus
when was that?
You forget you guys have had really good seasons with Champions League isn't Europa.
It's not.
The games are way from February the games are way tougher.
Yes.
So on last season, the favorites to win it was again Real, there was Bayern and there was PSG because of Messi and everybody
else.
And those were the teams. So like when AC and Inter made it that far, it was first a shock. Because if it had been Paris, I don't know, some other team up inge make for much more like
according to Naknika Arsenal like kupigwa na Sporting Lisbon.
Tulipigwa
na Sporting last season.
Ikifika European competitions.
In Europa though.
Walifungwa kutoka nini?
Champions League.
Rongai mse ilikuwa zivu kuchekea bao mfunga na Sporting mse.
Lakini though see now even you guys are representing who ever in the champions.
Okay.
What number you guys?
Sisi hatuko hapo. Sisi tumekama.
Issue yake ni Arsenal wako among the top 5 favorites.
Which is not accurate.
I think it's accurate because if you're looking at the
teams,
teams,
it's not accurate for a team that has just come back to the Champions League. It's not accurate for a team that is competing against serial winners in terms of guys who
that's
won
why they are fifth.
Okay.
Arsenal is not top. Arsenal are not the favorites to win the Champions League.
Even City being favorites, this is the first time ever I shake favorites.
That
season are favorites.
Make Arsenal of a young boys and Mapoto. Like kuna teams more kuna Champions League pedigree.
Yeah, they have pedigree of what?
So
maybe Arsenal has been to the final, bro.
So maybe the favorite.
Umecount final mbele watu.
Umecount
final appearance.
Umesema young boys mbele watu. Umesema pedigree na young boys in the same sentence.
Do you know how insecure you have to be the team to defend yourself against the young boys?
No.
Against the young boys, yes.
Sio unadanganyana. Wewe ndio unatudanganya hapa.
Bro.
Unasema Champions League pedigree. No. Unasema Champions League pedigree na unatia St. Copenhagen, young boys, bro. Where is the pedigree there? Where is the pedigree there?
Nottingham Forest.
Pedigree kwa wapi? Wako wapi saizi? Wako wapi? Young boys wako wapi? Yeye unajua at least unajua young boys vizuri. Washawapiga.
Teams sasa
at least
unajua young boys vizuri wani priest ni. Tuendelee tuanze hiyo story tu.
No, si waliwapiga bro.
Hiyo wakitambo.
Walipiga priest. I think ni Joma Priest venye amekuwa akifanya
ndio maana. Ngoja hiki mnasahau tu game ago Pata alikuwa right back na mlikuwa mna survive huko alafu mnajiweka number 4.
Unajua ulikuwa ngoja kwa right back game yenu.
Aliget injured ilikuwa sawa kulia.
Yo, ulikuwa about us being favorites. I agree. Arsenal among the top 5 favorites.
Okay.
I'm looking at the teams in Europe that I would say hands down one is a bigger Arsenal. They are not more than 4, bro.
Oh yeah. Could you just do us a favor and name them?
At a hands down in a bit exaggeration. Maybe Man City. All right.
Okay.
Man City, I feel like maybe they are a better team than Arsenal holistically. Real Madrid.
Okay.
I don't think Bayern are holistically better team than Arsenal. Ukiniwekea Upamecano hapo bro. Wewe ndio umetoka kunipea Upamagwaya. Labda unataka ikuwe ati Upamecano ndio atatutisha sasa.
Tadi hizo matimu ziko holistic basi endelea.
That's Bayern. Alafu sasa
okay, minje na delete. Lakini bado wananyoroshwa Bundesliga. They're still soaking goals.
Okay.
Aya. Bundesliga yenye ni famous.
So these guys are talking about now maybe
Hata endelea tu. Hata timu mwisho that can be.
Timu ya mwisho yenye maybe inaweza piga Arsenal hands down.
hakuna bele.
Sioni.
Tulia, unajua hizi vitu unajua.
Hands down. Hizo huwezi sema hands down.
Hiyo clip tu ya umse akisema hizo holistically 4.
Hizo ni 3 bro.
Hizo nitumie tu hizo.
Alafu
tuongee hapo February.
Si ndio?
February match hapo please.
Hata PSG siwezi sema ati hands down. Hands down natupiga.
Barcelona you guys.
Kwani acha nikuulize. Kwani sisi unaona hatuwezi cheza haram football?
Okay.
Hatuwezi cheza? What do you mean? Ati hatuna? Defenders tuko na ngapi bro?
Okay.
Have you seen our defenders? Uliza Leroy Sané again. Ndio Hansi Flick afutwe. Nani alikuwa anashika defense?
Okay.
Yeah. Tomiyasu alipocket Leroy, Nabri, all these mandem
were. Kuna some hot memes coming in February. God willing Mungu atoka February bro.
Actually show. As you create memes Arsenal pia uweke za Man United. Si tunajua nyinyi Champions League.
You don't make fun.
Ndio route yenu ya kuingia Europa League.
So Liverpool Arsenal ikiwa number 8 huko kila msaki akipata red card hatuko wachongoa sana.
Nani hiyo sana shida yenu?
You are saying
that's your problem
for a long time. You suffer for 20 years. But
I suffer for long. Na ndiko mnaelekea. But yeah, I mean who's asking? Ulikuwa unauliza about favorites Arsenal. You think how many teams can beat Arsenal hands down in Europe?
Barcelona. Real Madrid. Atletico.
Madrid.
Inter Milan. Bayern Munich. Manchester United. You barely survived. Man City. Hizo. Shit, umesahau. Forgive me for cussing. Newcastle.
Sisi mwana amesema Manchester United hapo.
Na tumetoka kuwapiga juzi. Buda, surely.
Umepiga timu haina hata.
But yeah, anyway. Yeah, at least maoni yako. Everybody has an opinion. We respect that.
Tusikutane msi.
Of course hatutakutana. Si
mtanacho kucha tu.
Si mtakuwa nao.
Kucha tu.
Si tutapatana aje na mko nao. Si mko nao kutoka next year.
Okay.
Yeah, so sisi hatuwezi patana mahali.
After the group stages.
After the group stages.
Nyo mmetu Galatasaray.
Nyinyi muende mcheze last 32. Wajua ile time mlikuwa na fixtures mingi ni jumla cheze hizo last 32.
Ma playoff kwa Barcelona
bro. Na qualify ni for hizi staff bana. Hizi kujiongezea fixtures mingi alafu mnakuja kulia tulikuwa fixtures mingi mlijiongezea. Acheni kujiongezea fixtures.
Ni pia kufika semi-final ilikuwa too much. Tungetoka kasi.
Mtoke mapema. Kama mfinish number 1, historia ya kucheza ma playoffs. Ushaicheza ati playoff hata mimi sijaisikia kitu kama hicho. Hata sijacheza hizo ma playoffs cheza that.
Season ni refu, si game ni 90.
Ndio msileje fixtures. All right. But Champions League I think Newcastle are not going to go far. I don't fancy them in that group. I think they might join you guys. Yeah? I think wanaweza nika Borussia. Borussia nasikia iko all that.
Yeah, but the Champions are quite different. But Champions things will change.
I know,
even Borussia imekimbisha
did Newcastle beat City last season?
No.
They didn't?
But wali draw.
I'll draw
at St. James.
Yeah, so again, you need the champions. Also consider this playing in Newcastle over the winter. Subgroup stage itakuwa hiyo time. So it's a city that's next to the ocean. It's really cold. The winds there are crazy.
Winter. Inachezwa deck. Yeah.
Si ndio ni winter time?
Itakuwa imeingia kabisa.
Bro, unaongea wasema kutoka Spain?
Nani?
Sama ya UK ni winter. Kuna nyesha 24/7. Uko winter huko.
Itakuwa ni kama mid. maybe 12th December ndio the last fixture.
So not sure you only dead during winter.
Bado hajaingia weed.
Do like compared to Newcastle.
Wakikuja Newcastle.
Aya tuonge. Ngoja mwana Newcastle November December ndo mtajua mjui.
Ai, watafanya nini?
Napiga boli na kurudia juu upepo. Umeona ni stock nyingine.
Hawezi tisha watu hao. Newcastle nani watatisha nani? Walipiga nani? Si nyinyi mlipiga kwao? 2-0.
10 men.
Si nyinyi mli
10 men.
Mimi sijui. Tuniulize kaka.
St. James kuliendaje? But yeah, that's that, man. Before we go to the predictions for the weekend, because of course Premier League is back, we shall be looking at the predictions of that. Don't forget, you can always catch this episode on Spotify at Extra Digest Podcast. Catch it on YouTube. Of course, YouTube, you get the audio and visual at the same time. And always you can be looking out for links for the same on our platforms everywhere. Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. All right.